Excuse me? Knock, knock. Who's there? Alright, hello everybody, I'm Static Stardust, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So, last episode, we finally finished her Angel Star's effing testimony. So now we can move on to, I guess, what comes after. February 22nd, 11:56 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Yeah, pretty much on the norm. Like, you're swimming up from the bottom of the lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hold up, partner. Marshal! They say to show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshal! Thought I'd come take a look, see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got a home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen at least these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, comprende? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshal? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with, scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red scarf and a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken? Well, it's about the time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I got a bad feeling about this. So, are we really swimming in it now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Whoo-wee! February 22nd, 12:32 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 9. Alright, part 2. Let's go. I'd like to resume... What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Whoa. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be. This can't be happening. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time to continue on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me? Knock, knock. Who's there? What? Who are you? Who on earth are you? What's with this guy? Strange, scruffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. I'm feeling weird emotions. Who is this grand old man? Hey, the temperature was 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Hello? Ah, it's you. Who is he? Who are you? Oh. Sorry I'm late, Ajay. The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Ajay. How you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, Ajay. But boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Ajay. It seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Wright, the attorney. I've heard good things about your son. Thanks? So sorry about our little, worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. I get little worthy. Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's a top-ranking police officer in this entire district. No, we literally learn about these people just as in this courtroom. That's the norm. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's weather here. Look at that poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Star wasn't just seeing things? When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that pipe exhaust. Our little worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defendant a favor first. Yes, Your Honor. Just be sure. I'd like to take a look at this blade, the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I won't be able to pound my gavel anymore. I'm right-handed. I can't gavel left-handed. Have you tried gaveling left-handed? Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I won't be able to point at people anymore. I have to use my left hand. Come on, just hurry it up and open it. Oh my god, I'm not even doing it! What? Don't scare me like that! I'm the one who's scared. Look at the knife blade. The tip's broken off. And the dark red stain, blood? Alright, switchblade found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small rag attached. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but can I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife. Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. So now we got a new person to freaking question. Head of Police Chief, Mr. Gant. Damon Gant. Department of Disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman, that was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see. What a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this case here, but... so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush info, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Oh my god. Wait a second! You said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at a prosecutor's office! Order! Anyway, we at the police department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. That's what the introduction to this episode meant. I was confused because the parallels seemed so different, like strikingly different, so I was like, what does this mean? It's like, I thought it was one person that split off into 2 in separate buildings. So one at the police department, one at the prosecutor's car lot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I gonna have to, like, question 2 murders at the same time? Because even I don't know if I can take that. 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that happening are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Department of Disorder. The knife is special. I can't say how or where. Alright, so this is new, so I'm just going to save here. Alright, so let's press everything as per usual. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, righto, but I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? I was gonna say, isn't this the murder weapon? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something, a muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes a connection to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue? Let's examine that knife while we can, righto. Alright, evidence that links the knife to Detective Goodman. SL92. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL592. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6, maybe? That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written in the tag. It wasn't that long ago, either. Maybe I should check the court record again. Okay, so that is good. 675-12-2. SL92. S. Because if you look at upside down. Wait a minute. I probably gotta break my friggin' neck, but it looks like. What if the paper is upside down? Because it looks like 6, 7. To me, that looks like an S or a 5, and then 12, 2. But what if it's upside down and it's 5 SL9? Wait a second. Ah, last and honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to be something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha! And honest to goodness, what do you mean from Mudgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memento that was on the victim's body. What's this? 6 minus 7S12-2. Your Honor, it's upside down. I was right, yes! Upside. The printed name on the memento makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Oh! Oh! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9? That's the same thing that is written on the knife tag. Order, order! Well, Chief? Ah, well. Guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Wright-ho. I win? What game is this guy playing? The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That was a bad day for the department. And so this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice! Good show, little lady! It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this kind of knife was stolen on the day of the murder? And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Right-ho, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy with that, Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at a police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, LG? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Right-ho. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and only one thing. Oh boy. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. It's between when the victim died and where the victim was found. Where the victim was found. So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? That was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's a connection between the two cases? You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we can finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to the case yet, to this case, so I can't talk much about it. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Ah, you don't say. Well, out with it, Wright. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number of the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim of the department, okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Victim's ID number. Ooh, that's a good one. Don't think the gender is important for now. Division. I think I'm gonna save again just to be safe. I hate being so next to the road. Victim's ID number. Okay, how about you tell us the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842-189. 582. Wait. What? Oh no. What? The person. An investigator's ID card found at the prosecutor's office, scene of the crime, ID 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? It tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Yes, Phoenix, it does. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? What you made me do? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say that the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does this tell you? Witness! What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. I can't help myself. That was actually too good. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Now he's just tempting me. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number, we heard it from the chief earlier. That started with 82... I forgot. He didn't even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Oh, wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, 2 detectives killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, righto. Sharp as a tack. Wait, Detective Goodman. Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed in the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. So, 2 Mr. Goodmans died at the exact same time in 2 separate locations? What the hell's going on? That's impossible! So, what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? In a completely different location? Order, order, order! Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case! Oh, now just wait a second, boy, they no need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. I'm sorry. Are you trying to pin this on Edgeworth so that you can slip away like a little sneaky eel, just all slippery, slippery, slippery like? No, no, no. No, no, no. No one knew about any of this until you showed up. So you literally put a wrench in everybody else's work. I thought the lunch lady was bad. My goodness, you are terrible. What? How dare... We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh... We did see Meekins, now that I think about it. He said he had news and needed to give it to us, but Edgeworth literally said, if it's not important to this case, go away. If it wasn't that his case, then he didn't want to hear it. But this is also connected to his case, so he basically said, like, hey, this, you need to see this, and it's like, if it's not my case, I don't want to hear it. Oh my god, this guy is a monster. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Aha! Wait! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name was written right on top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem, challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on the trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over there. Good job, Wright, my boy. I was just doing my job. No. No! That moment when Phoenix Wright steals all your glory from your teacher. It seems we have to come to an end of this trial. I know you're going through a rough time, Worthy. What with all the rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You better get the results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. We will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. To be continued. Oh my goodness, we have a new character. 2, in fact. Doo-doo. Alright, episode 5, day 2. So this is a drama-filled episode. We found out the same guy was murdered twice in 2 different areas, and we have 2 new faces, Officer Meekins and Chief Grant of the police department. Oh my goodness gracious me, this is going to be a mess. This is going to be a big old mess. I thought Lunch Lady was bad. I forgot all about Grant, and I actually forgot about Meekins. So this will extend further, but again, going in blind and I'm just going backtracking and just seeing, like, I'm stuck, well, what do I need to do for this part? Okay, I did that, but I need to do it in a certain sequence. So, to an extent, I'm still doing everything blind, but I'm only using help if I'm actually stuck, which is understandable. But, yeah, oh boy, this is going to be a mess. Quote me now, this trial I thought was a mess before is going to be an even bigger mess. So, for now, I will end this episode. You guys know the drill. Leave a like if you like it, and subscribe to my channel by hitting the kitty in the center. There is a video/playlist on screen right now to your left and right. Share this with a friend, and I'm Static Stardust, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Goodbye.